4 हफ्ते पहले तो उठना ही पड़ता है फ्लाइट से।
초콜릿도 시켰어요. 오렌지 주스. 오케이.
썼던 건 아니에요. 시청자들도 모르시니까.
그쵸. 교류가 부르고 조금 굿더리 되는 전화. 뭐 물어볼 때는 전화. 예.
굉장히 긴밀한 관계라.
저는 슈카 친구들에서 슈카님
거기서 뭐 잘하셔야지 뭐 조회수도 많이 나오고 해서 아니 전 친평한 방송들을 줄줄
막 팝차를 보고.
아 너무 피곤하다. 나가고 싶은데 일단 좀 씻고 쉬어봐요.
But what kind of bread do you want to have?
What kind of bread do you have?
That's actually a good wow. I can bring you butter bread.
Butter bread sounds good.
Sounds good?
Sounds
Okay,
good.
sounds
Thank
fair.
you.
You're welcome. I hope this is okay. I brought you some German bread.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, what was that? Three. Okay.
Bleib mal da, wir können ja mal gleich noch ein Stück holen, wenn du lieber draußen bleibst.
Reading kind of selfishly.
Like how?
Well,
I mostly hear that he was convinced that he wanted to do things his way.
why don't you give me an example of orthodox
No, I was the kid who came upon the empty bowl.
nature? Not the same. At least some principles, others, and rendered their happiness.
Economic language is in economic terms.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the term comes from?
Basically, Hillel's Greek said the following.
As she put it, of a woman, that arithmetic makes you have selfish impulses.
I've seen more. Sure, but you know what? If you're a great psychologist, whatever, prosperity, there is overall fewer wars, etc., etc. So we know this, and so that could be considered an upsell. I'm just gonna listen to
The whole retrospective experience, and so those compared to the patients who had the traditional one. And I weight in our memory is that thinking of three good things, for example,
habituation versus sensitization,
well, okay, same experience, which is repeated. It's a mystery though.
survival and the furtherance of our species, right? So to me, every time I eat anything, I think how cool it is that this is actually a requirement and not just a pleasure. But I do have to remind myself, because it is easy to get into any pattern like that where you feel if they're working on something that one cares about. I considered a member of, he didn't give credit to other scientists, that he was doing his.
I think at the core is that I care about
Selfishness. The theory of moral sentiments was his big moral philosophy.
happy or not unhappy, at least, right?
Define selfishness, I would say it's something like self-interest, which I endorse, without the recognition of and respect coupled with I am not for.
He said everything. He said, just do it, right? And you just realize that you're wrong. But I realize now that if you want to be sustainable, more mommy and daddy for evolutionary pressure, that wasn't there. Right? Explanations, of course, is that
That's my bias. I'm just declaring it. But
okay,
sure, but you know what? Bill Gates has totally turned around.
so cares about all those things, at least to some extent. These things, relatively speaking. You know, I took one of these questionnaires and I scored very high on giveaway while also getting ahead.
And I think that's the key, right? So whatever.
And anything that's a change.
Yeah, the swing meal. Thank you.
우와. yummy. Double shot ginger. Oh, so good. Oh, I have to drink this. Immune system is gonna go. Whoop.
Right.
I love the broth. What if I can't finish it?
Yeah. Just eat as much as you want.
Whoa.
That's
I can make it.
You want to have a bite of this?
Yeah. scary.
Yeah.
It's like someone's house. What's the door? Oh, yeah, okay.
And the heat, no AC, it is bad. It is. I know. The Epstein stuff, I mean, all that happened, nobody.
Beer.
Thank you.
It's milk coffee. It's just coffee. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Mexican accent too. So it's like there's a dedication to it, right?
Only samurais and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it basically we have UN.
Without that.
Everything in these big companies. Yeah, or in some sense it's reframing.
Getting very
Coco.
Anything?
Mhm.
Right. But
So, not like a dancing band.
No, they're gonna do it. It'll be like a jazz band.
Đừng gửi 1-2 bài, mình gửi nhiều nhiều option một chút ạ. Thì ví dụ mà gửi 1-2 bài thì mà đúng không ạ?
Dạ vâng, chắc là để quen thuộc với mọi người hơn một chút xíu, xin mời mọi người đến một sáng tác của nhạc sĩ đó.
Oh, right?
Teenagers. Give it a shot. You might as well.
Okay. Okay.
It's nice. It's not as.
Tastes like egg.
Not really.
Oh, wow.
It's not really what you expected.
Wow, so thick. Out of 5, how many stars? 4? 3, yeah.
It's nice. Oh, I thought that was the water was the way for the pot.
아니 이거는 원래 보통 빨리 들어가지. 아, 오는데? 오는데? 아니 비행기에서 같이 일하시는 분이 저한테 막 오시더니 썸머님 혹시 여기 비행기 아시는 분 계세요? 저기 뒤에 어떤 분이 자꾸 썸머님을 너무 사진 찍으신다고 누군지 아시나? 그래서 누구지? 하고 왔는데 옹주가 사진을 막 이렇게 누가 봐도 나를 찍고 있는 것처럼 막
That's